That's it. What's going on, folks? It's Friday. It is February 26th. I'm Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron, one of the middle class millionaires. And who do we have here?
And we have Hamid Sharif from Dream to Reality Academy, another one of the middle class millionaires.
And folks, we're here as we're talking about something very special, and that is branding. So you got to start with branding yourself. You go next to branding with a team. And the reason why you brand with a team is because you get to ultimately brand yourselves as the concept or the idea. So you're branding yourself as the expert. I mean, when you think about silly political behavior, you're going to think about Donald Trump because he's branding himself to be the outlandish politician as of right now. I mean, everyone's talking about him, good or bad stuff, but he's built himself a brand. He was already a brand as Donald Trump, and now he's going into this presidential race, and he's running circles around everyone else when it comes to have people making people say your name out their mouth. And in the concept of internet marketing, we're talking about branding yourself. How can we start there with branding yourself? Mr. Sharif, what's some of your key points on the branding yourself?
So, learning from you and learning from being part of the group, branding yourself is one, you got to have exposure. You got to be willing to put yourself and your face out there so that other people will begin to see you over and over again. I think, too, it comes with making sure that you're adding value when you're branding yourself. You're saying something or you're sharing something that people can use. Three, the being positive. No one you can brand yourself as a negative, but if you want to brand yourself and you want people to gravitate towards you and you want the right type of people to gravitate towards you, it comes with positivity. So that's some of the things I think dealing with branding yourself.
1, 2, 3 strikes you're out in the whole ball game. Mr. Sharif gave you 3 key points in branding yourself. So what I would go with about that, I mean, obviously something I wasn't used to before I started making all these videos. I don't know how many videos I've made on about 5 or 6 different channels. I've been practicing getting my voice, and that's being a lot louder, trying to yell at you guys like ET, and try to be a complaining voice, a voice that seems like it's so irritated that things are not happening, like a Gary V, or you gotta give him that. You gotta give him the MLK. You gotta give him that soulful voice. That I don't know, but you got. Then you have those voices of reason, those relaxed voices like the Ty Lopez. He pretty much is like, hey, you guys, he's pretty laid back and dry, but guess what? If he pull out his money out of his pocket, it looked like this right here. It's like he's so relaxed and chill, you wouldn't believe that he does what he do because of the fact that all their demeanors are different, and sometimes you're gonna have to develop your voice, and that's the biggest thing with branding yourself is stand in front of your audience or stand in front of a audience, just like your website. Your website need traffic, you need traffic. Get out there, shake somebody's hand, talk to a stranger, do something, make some noise, get some attention. Hopefully it's positive attention, like Mr. Sharif said. Positivity, not negative attention. You don't want to go around and with an AK-47 hanging off your arm and try to walk into the Walmart or walk into the police station. That's attention, but not the attention that you want. So
I can add real quick. I thought also integrity, because when you're dealing with people, if you come in, you're talking to people about things, and if things sometimes in this business things go right, sometimes they go wrong. But if you're a person of integrity, and the person he told me what he knew to the best of his ability, it's the integrity he's sharing. So that integrity goes a long way, because there's certain people I can just call up and be like, hey, I'm looking at something. It looks really, really good, and they'll take a look at it just because of the relationship that we've built. Also, it's relationships. So those other things with branding yourself.
Things is definitely needed. I mean, of course, as you said, with that positivity, that's going more into the mindset and something that Allen Iverson wouldn't tell you guys because he act like it was a negative thing because he was just saying we talking about practice. Yes, in this field, you need to talk about practice. So these videos, we have practice videos, we have regular videos. Things are going to go wrong. You need to learn how to roll with it because live TV, everything gets shown anyway. So you want to be as close to live TV as possible, as Mr. Sharif was saying, with your integrity. You got to protect your brand, protect yourself. You go with some principles, as other people say, that you gotta be sure that people see as close as they can to the real you, for the simple fact that people join people in business. So that was wrapping that up. And as we move on to the next topic, we're talking about what we're doing right now is branding ourselves with a team. So we're branding a team. So, Mr. Sharif, you want me to go first this time and you wrap it up for us?
Sure, no problem.
All right. So when we talk about teams, let me mention some team names to you. Now a lot of these teams I don't like. So that's just to go right there to the. I'm gonna start right there at that point. I don't like these teams, but guess what? I do have to do. I have to respect them because although I have a wedding ring, these people have rings. You understand? They have multiple championships, and it's for a reason. They holding up the trophy. That's all I could do is hold up my busted phone and my okay phone. You know, these people. Let me say some team names. In recent time, you gotta say San Francisco Giants baseball, the New York Yankees
The evil empire.
baseball. I can't stand the Yankees. I respect a lot of their players. I can't stand them. You understand? I'm from Baltimore. You can see it on my brand. I'm from Baltimore. I hate the Yankees. I don't like to use the H word, but Yankees, I don't like them. Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't like them, but they got rings. They got championships. So you got to respect them. Uh, Chicago Bulls. I was a Reggie Miller fan. Reggie Miller, zero championships.
I was a Patrick Ewing fan. Zero championships in the NBA anyway.
Zero championships in the NBA. Charles Barkley, zero championships. Like they gets nothing because of the fact they didn't get their championships. Okay, so but what's the difference between those teams I named that has the championships, like the LA Lakers? I do like the Lakers. Uh, the difference is they have team that's built on winning. It's not a year. The Lakers are falling away from that tradition. But let me go down a level in basketball. Since I'm on basketball, let me go down a level. Duke, North Carolina, they seem to always fight it out in the ACC. They are teams that's built Kentucky, teams built on championship qualities. Like it seemed like they eat, sleep, and breathe championships. But now the way that the college is set up, that people could just play 1 year and then they're gone. They don't have time for those teams to develop.
In football, University of Alabama, Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, they rolling. It's, the systems is in place. The belief of the coach, the belief of the school, the expectations of the fans. That's how you got to think of your marketing self. You got to think of yourself, and you got to show, as we're going to talk about in the upcoming weeks. Well, we actually have to take a break as we bring in something special to you guys, or we're going to scale back a little bit. We probably, because I told you we got to stay in front of our audience, and the thing is, those things they build on it, build on it. That everyone at each level of the program do the same thing that we do, and that's I told you my millionaire friend gave me this phrase that I believe, we believe, they believe. That's the phase of your team progressing. So first, every individual on the team got to believe they're a champion. Every person on the team has to do the qualities of being that champion as well. Practice longer, work harder, work smarter, do all the above. We believe that means everyone on the team together now believes. The coaching staff believe, the team believes, every individual, and that then affects the people on the outside, the students coming, or the other people coming to your team. They believe in you because they've seen the hard work. They've seen the W's get up on the screen, or they've seen the dollar signs on the screen, or however you want to call it. Then they believe. All the doubters, all the family members that said, "Hey, you want to join this business?" They hung up on you before you could finish your sentence. They are going to eventually believe because they're going to see the change in your personality. They're going to see the change in your lifestyle. They're going to see, oh my goodness, he coming here to Christmas, not doing Secret Santa, not one person in the family getting a gift. They come into Christmas giving everybody a Christmas gift. Everybody going to start to believe, like, how are you doing it different? Why are you doing it different? Why you got to be different? I'm different because now I'm on a winning squad and I believe I could do and achieve anything I put my mind to. So when you're talking about branding yourself as a team, you as an individual, I believe. Everybody together, we believe. And then everybody that hated on you, doubted you, or has never seen a person like you before or a team like you before, they will believe if you can show, as we do here, proof, progress, and results every day. Mr. Sharif.
So I come at this from a few different angles. I've been a player on a team. I played high school, college football. I've coached high school football to county and regional championships, and I observed. And the thing about team building that I noticed the most is one is the synergy of the people on the team. Okay, you can have the NFL is every team has great players. They're in the NFL, but every team is not a great team. Perfect example this year is the Cincinnati Bengals when they played in the playoffs. They had the game won, but they figured out how to lose the game because winning teams win and losing teams lose. They figure out a way. It's just because they don't have the synergy. Okay, they don't. It's something about the synergy. Everybody, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was not the Peyton Manning that everybody's used to. But even when Cam Newton said in his interview before at the end of the championship game, he said, "I don't even know who we playing." And the lady said, "Oh, we're playing Denver." He said, the Sheriff. That's a brand. Because it was, even though it was the Denver defense that they should have been worried about, the first thing he said was, "Oh, we playing the Sheriff." Because Peyton Manning, the team believes in him. He could go out there with one arm. The team believes in him. The team, Mr. Aaron hates. Roethlisberger went out there with a half a shoulder, but the Steelers believed in him. So that synergy of people believing, and then you got to have a leader on the team, and then you got to have followers. We have Mr. Aaron, the House of Aarons. The middle class millionaires exist because of his leadership, and you have to understand that. But then you have to have a supporting cast. I'm part of the supporting cast. I'm a middle class millionaire that supports the whole team. It's a team effort. So you have to have synergy. The other thing is back to the belief. When I was coaching in high school, I read several books on championships and how people do things. And I had all of my players walk around, and every day I got it from Remember the Titans. Because, not Remember Titans, from Friday Night Lights. Every time they saw each other, the first thing they said was states. Their greeting was states. Their greeting was not, "What's up, how you doing?" It was states. They had a common goal. They all believed they were going to states, period. If you look at the real story of that team, they didn't go to states. They didn't make it to the championship. If you look up the real story, but the fact of the matter is, from day one, that was their goal. So I decided we got index cards. We had every single kid write down state championship on it. And we won the regionals and made it to the semifinals that year. And I think a big part of it was that there was a common belief that we were going to win states, and that was not. It was a 7-3 team. I've had teams where we coached, we were 10-0, 9-1, and didn't win it. But that 7-3 team, they believe, and that belief is a powerful thing, and that's so I believe, we believe, and then that they believe. Once you get the team is branded to the point where other people was like, well, they said they was going to do it and they did it. Then it's over. Then because now you're feeding off the energy of the stadium, so to speak. If to take it to a team, sometimes the stadium wills a team. The team is out there playing. It might not be going well, but all of a sudden the fans is like, oh, Cincinnati, they're going to lose because we're the Steelers, and they're going to lose. You know, the Ravens when they beat the Steelers, that's because the Raven Nation believes we're gonna beat the Steelers. Okay, and it's a belief thing. Denver believed. Denver, I felt bad for Cam because they never had a chance. Because when they walked into the stadium, Denver already was like, "Dude, this is not your day." You
He's
know,
going out on top. That's what they said.
exactly,
He's going on top if he wants to.
exactly. You know, and once they got a two touchdown lead, that game was over. Peyton wasn't going to lose the game. Peyton was like, he probably went it on saying, "Hey, fellas, we don't have to score no more today. We just don't give up the ball." But it was a belief. And so with branding, you know, you stay humble and you let your proof and your results be your branding. And if you do that and you stay on your grind, you will get the brand. But you have to learn how to win. That's what I think people don't understand about a team. If you're not a winner, you have to learn how to win. And you can see it. Carolina learned how to win this year, but they wasn't ready for the finish. You know? And that's part of branding. So that's what I said about branding a team.
We definitely have to thank Mr. Sharif for those encouraging words. And I dislike Ben Roethlisberger very much. But I respect him, and I know he's going to Hall of Fame no matter what. Anything, I can't do nothing. I could go get him right now and chop his leg off. He's still going to the Hall of Fame because he's a great player. I mean, I just don't like the guy because he's a Steeler. Is better than me. I didn't like the bus. He's in the Hall of Fame. I just keep seeing him in the Rams uniform because I don't want to say I like that guy. Man, that was a lot right there for people to soak in and to get that into the. You got to get that. You got to get that into your heart, man. It's something that, like we said, I believe, we believe, they believe, and even if the people on the outside, because they're going to come, the people on the outside, they are not going to believe in you. They're going to try to knock you back down to another level. They're going to try to tear your team down. They're going to try to tear you down as an individual. And some of them going to do it passively, and some people going to outright come for you. So that's why it's important. That's why, believe me, I wanted to quit. I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times I tried to walk away from this, but someone like Mr. Sharif came on. Someone like Dawkins G, he kept telling me like, man, what's going on? I don't see this happening. I don't see that happening. So when those guys reached out, I said, you know what? I gotta dig deep, not into my pocket. I gotta dig right into my heart and soul and say, why did I even try to attempt something like this in the first place? My family, more of my family. I just kept thinking like, yes, my family. I need to provide for my wife and children. My family. Some of them believed it. I supposed to have been the golden ticket for the family as I went and tried out for professional baseball plenty of times. Didn't make it to the show because I didn't practice and I didn't believe I was gonna make it. And also my family, for those members of my family that say, don't do that. That's a pyramid scheme. Don't do that. That's a scam. So my family is all three levels of my motivation for why I believe, why we believe, and why they are going to believe. And that comes from having the right people around you, being around those right people. Mr. Sharif, Mr. Dawkins G, Mr. Rock Solar. We need you need someone in there. You're not going to be able to do this on your own because if you push hard enough, people are going to be around you anyway. If you're doing what you're supposed to do to get to that goal, It's going to automatic, that gravitational pull is going to happen. I guess it was a full moon last night or tonight. I don't know. Police was out. You gotta be the full moon at all times. That's why I went from I'm working here, working diligently, failing. Working at failing is what I was doing. Then I started listening, got around the right people who were already winning. They teaching me how to win. Therefore, now we get together and we developing playbooks. We getting our playbooks together of how we going to attack this from the end to the beginning to make sure that we win. Not just us, but make sure the people after us win. I didn't even realize I was winning when I wanted to quit. That's another pitfall for everybody else. They don't even know that they winning and they quit. They feel like that their results are mediocre and they quit. When I really got into it with my mentors, they went 5 years, no money. Their goal was have somebody go less time to make money than 5 years because they went 5 years, whole bunch of money down the drain of learning to how to win. Got on their hip, 5 months, I made some money, but it wasn't the money I was expecting. So you gotta change. You gotta change that to what we talked about. We said changing your voice, longevity. Dr. Martin Luther King said that it wasn't important for him, but it's important to us in this business that you got to have longevity because of the fact that guess what? Some people went 5 years and now they went from 5 years of being broke, 5 years of no money, 5 years of losing money to oh, how much you make so far this week? Is Wednesday? How much did you make from Monday to Wednesday? Oh, about 2,500. How much you make from Monday to Friday? Oh, about 5,000. How much you make from Sunday to Sunday? $13,000 or more. This is what they said. 5 years no money. It only took me 5 months because of the learning curve. Mr. Sharif and I, we looking to get all the information. Dawkins G. Rousseau, we looking to get all kinds of information uploaded somewhere for you guys. Did your learning curve, whether you need to see it written form, like highlight bullets, or whether you need to see it in video form and hear it for yourself. We're going to have that for you guys.
So one of the advantages of us being educators is we understand learning styles, we understand learning curves, we understand how to present information so that anyone can get it. But we're not just speaking to a certain type. I believe strongly in the Montessori. We understand pacing. We understand people are going to start at one level and have to go to another level. Everybody's not going to start at the same. So I think that's going to be a big advantage to us as we put this together because I'm really excited because things that are on my vision board are coming to fruition and it's nothing like that, so it's awesome. And like Mr. Aaron said, I kept hearing Dawkins G say, "Oh, I get on this hangout every night." And I'm like, "Well, can I get on the hangout? Can I? All I want to do is listen. Can I listen to the hangout? Because I always want to be with people that are doing positive things. If you're doing something positive, I want to be with you. I want to be around you. They say you're the sum of your 5 closest friends. So I want to be the sum of 5 positive people. That's just how I've been my entire life. And I'm humble enough to know that I can learn from anybody. I can learn from a 19-year-old that actually connected me with this group. It was a 19-year-old kid. Okay? I'm a 48-year-old man. And I'm humble enough to listen to a 19-year-old. If he's saying the right things, I can learn. And I think that's something you got to be. You got to be humble. And to be part of a team, you got to be humble and understand your role and play your role. So that's branding.
There you have it, folks. He wrapped that up real nice. That your learning curve is not about how old you are. It's about where you are and are you teachable to go to the next level. So, Mr. Sharif, if you want to say some goodbyes right now, we can go ahead and do that.
Okay, good night. And I'm just happy to be here. Happy and stay tuned for what we're going to bring to you. We're really getting ready to take it to the next level, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. And this is Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron, one of the middle class millionaires saying, be confident, be smart, be fruitful, and multiply. When you start, don't stop, be consistent, and achieve your goals. So, once again, we say good night and good morning, and we'll see you the next day.